a free movement, which could have gotten me that last spot if I needed to. So that's the end of turn 8. Let's move into turn 9. 3, 6, 12. And 3. Okay. So I'm going to stop at port again. Okay. So I'm going to tell my story there first. So my story now is worth 11 points. And then we check off another one. I don't have enough gold to upgrade my ship. I don't have 5 gold, but I do have 1 gold that I can fill up with my ship with provisions. So we'll check that off and earn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which gets me pretty close to this bonus down here. Okay. And so that is it for turn 9. So let's move on to turn 10. You know what? I just noticed that my die from the Game Crafter has a misprint on it. It's only got 1, 2s, and 3s on it. So we're going to swap in a different D6. And hopefully we'll get something other than 2s and 3s. And yes, we did. We got a 6. And there's a 4. And look at that. Another 4 and a 2. So that means we get to add another adventure. This time it's rocks. So in a multiplayer game, you would pass your map to either the right or the left as indicated on the rocks, and an opponent would get to draw those rocks on your map to potentially hinder you, be an obstacle for you. If in a solo game, you have to place the rocks at this intersection if you can. So D and 12. I can't place them at D12, so then you look at the little anchor and you have to try and place them in column D. So somewhere in column D, and remember they can be rotated or flipped. Get to choose where you want to put them. I'll go ahead and put them down here. They'll be a little bit out of my way. And there's the rocks. Those shouldn't have hurt me too much. Okay, and now I can choose what I'm going to do. I'm going to head north. It's a good thing to tell your story as often as you can. And since the wind is blowing straight north, I'm going to try and get to that port. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's my ship's movement. 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I sailed north. Okay. So that is the end of turn 10. So now let's move into turn 11. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Now we're not getting all 2s. Okay. I'm going to stop and tell my story at port again. So I only added 1 to my story since then, but it's still worth 12, and that will let me mark off another. I'm telling my story at port and mark it off there. This time, unfortunately, though, I don't have any gold, so I can't resupply. I'm still stuck with 3 provisions. But we're done with turn 11. So we will move into turn 12. Excuse me. Okay, we have a new adventure. Excuse me there. So we have some storms this time. So we have to draw them in H or 9. So there's H or 9. Let's see. We can draw those up here, and maybe we'll get to come around and visit that storm up here in H if we come around, sail around this way. Okay, so I can't explore because I'm not adjacent to land, but I can sail. Let's choose a northeast wind. So we'll mark northeast here, and we'll sail 1, 2, 3, and that'll be 4, 5. And you know what? I'm going to stop right there. And we'll use the 4 and 5. We'll keep 2 provisions. Because remember, you can't stop in a storm space. So if I got into there, I would have to sail all the way through, and I don't have the provisions to do that. But maybe we can, if the wind is cooperating with us, we can get that in the next turn. So let's move on to turn 13. Okay, there's a big one for exploring, but I'm not next to land. Oh, excuse me. Okay, well, the wind is not super helpful. We can choose southeast, and it's going to take us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to get there, but we only have 4, 5, 6. But you know what? We do have our free movement. So we're going to do that. Spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then use a free movement to jump over to here. Now we sailed through 3 storm spaces, so that gets us 3 story. Okay, so now we will move on to turn 13. Okay, oh boy, look at this. Northwest wind it is. And we get to add more monsters. So they got to be in R or 5. So there's 5 and R. So they're going to have to be somewhere over here. We can't draw them over an area that they've already been. I could fit them in here. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, might help to shade in the islands a little bit. Sometimes that helps. They get it gets a little busy with the colored pencils. It's very nice. You color in the islands green and the monsters purple, the storms blue, the currents are yellow, and then the rocks are red. And you get a really pretty map when you're done with colored pencils. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we can explore again if we want to, or we can sail with a northwest wind. That would take us back. We don't want to do that. And we really don't have much movement or provisions to get us towards any of these obstacles. So let's just go ahead and explore. We're going to explore for 1 provision, 1 gold, and 2 story points, which gets us another gold. And we're getting real close to that bonus story there. Okay, so that is it for turn 13. We'll move on to turn 14. Okay, and we explored there. So, lots of wind blowing in places we don't really want to go. We do have 3 provisions, and we do have a bonus movement. So let's see, are we able to make it over to this port? Looks like probably a southwest wind would be. Well, I guess we want to head southeast, so either a northeast or southwest wind is going to be about the same. But that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we can't stop there, so we would have to head. Let's choose the northeast wind, and that would still be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we could use 7, 8. Let's use our free movement first to get us into this storm. And then from there, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 4 and 5. And that'll get us right next to that port. Okay. So we chose northeast for the wind. And now we move into turn 15. 12, 9, and 5. Okay. So, that east wind would have been good for us before, but now we want to head. We'll head to port again. So we go to port. Our story now is worth 18, and then we check off another one and fill it in. And still don't have enough gold. I haven't been exploring lately. Don't have enough gold to buy a ship, but I can spend 1 to resupply. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which gets me a bonus story point, which gets me to that bonus reputation there. Okay, so now on to turn 16. Okay. Ooh, not next to land though, so I can't explore that. Looks like we got a lot of south wind, and okay, we have a current. So let's put our current over here, and remember, we can rotate it or flip it however we like. So let's put it here and see if we can get this to work for us, to get us a lot of points. So we're going to have it go this way. So we're essentially kind of turning it this way and then flipping it. So we got the arrow turning that way, and then I'm going to have the current pushing me right into this sea monster there. Now let's see what we can do with that. Let's choose to sail. Let's choose the southwest wind. So that's going to be 1, but it's going to cost us a provision. And then we're going to head south, so 2, 3, because that costs 2, but that's going to push us right back into here. Okay, so we went 1, 2, 3. It's going to push us right up into there. It's going to cost us another provision. But then let's head west. So that's 4, 5, and that's going to push us all the way over to here. So we went all the way from here through all of that and only used 5 movement points. I think we can make it all the way over to this port so that we can tell our story next time. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe not. Because we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We only have 9. We could go to here, but you know what? We're not gonna. That's not gonna do us any good if we want to try and explore. So we'll go ahead and stop there. So that was 5 movement points to get there. We already paid for our monsters. There's 4, 5 with the provision. But now we earned 1, 2, 3, 4 points for the monsters that we went through. Plus, we hit 2 currents there and 2 currents there, so that's another 2 story points, which gets us a gold, which is good. We need some gold. And that is turn 16. We went southwest. Okay, now on to turn 17. Okay, so turn 17, we can explore. That gets us 3 provisions, 1 gold, and 1 story. Or we can try and sail. I think I'm going to explore again. So we get 1 gold, 3 provisions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That has us full, so we don't have to drop any. And it gets us 1 story point. So we're getting close to another bonus movement. Those come in handy sometimes. Okay, so that was turn 17. We explored here. On to turn 18. Oh, there's a big gold explorer. That would have come in useful. But we have that was a 10, another obstacle, another adventure coming out. Okay, so we have storms at L and 5. So L and 5. So somewhere in here or in here. Trying to get to these ports. I don't know that we're going to get to these by the end of the game. But let's see. We can put it over here, but that doesn't help us any, and it's just out of the way, and over here is just out of the way. So maybe we can hit something if we put it here. That way it's in spot L. Okay. In spot L, but out of the way if we need to avoid it, but someplace where we can get to it if we want to hit it. Okay, and we have a west wind. That's pretty nice. We can get over to this port pretty easily. So we're just gonna go 1, 2, 3 and stop there, and it doesn't even use our ship's full speed. Okay, so we will roll again. 1, 11. Oh, we got more obstacles coming out. More adventures. Another current at K and 6. So this row or this column. Let's go ahead. There is 6. We'll go ahead and put it right here. I don't know that that's going to help us any, but at least it's close in with other things that we can experience. Okay, but we're going to go to port this time. Port. Our story is now worth 27. We added quite a bit that last time. Again, it's just another story point. So we have a free movement. We'll mark that off. I don't have... Oh, we got a story point when we got to there. Okay, when we got to there. I don't have enough gold to upgrade the ship. I do have